Hello everybody and welcome to another Theory Explains video. My name's Harry and today I am so excited because I just saw the Flash Season 3 trailer, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a rundown with you today. Cue the intro. So today on Theory Explains, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a bit of a rundown on the trailer and point out some of the key features that I saw. This isn't going to be like a sort of trailer breakdown. There are other YouTube channels to that which you should totally check out if you're a real die-hard DC fan. So one of the key things we saw in the trailer was the introduction of Flashpoint. For those of you who don't know, Flashpoint was a major story arc in DC which featured Barry Allen going back in time and saving his mother from being murdered. Now, as a result of this, it created a sort of alternate reality, kind of similar to Legends of Tomorrow, where there were some major differences. For example, Batman was Thomas Wayne after Bruce Wayne was murdered in the alley, which is a pretty big thing. Personally, I'm really excited about this because Flashpoint is something I've really wanted to see on the show for quite a while, and, well, you know, just look at the t-shirt, I'm a bit of a Flash fan. I love it, I love the show. So from what we can see in the trailer, there is going to be a lot of sort of alternate stuff, with Joe not having any idea who Barry is, Iris not knowing who Barry is, and both of Barry's parents being alive and out of jail, which would be interesting, as well as a few other things that I'm going to touch on a little bit later in this video. So another key feature in this series is the return of the Reverse Flash. If you watch the end of Season 2, you'll know that he failed in killing Barry's mother, which ultimately caused Flashpoint. Now, it should be noted in the comic books that Reverse Flash was a major player in the comic book series, being the enemy of the Flash until he was killed by Thomas Wayne, aka alternate Batman. Now, what's key about him in this is he, apart from Barry, who's getting kind of vibe-like things, I don't know, is that he actually remembers the original timeline. He remembers that he came back to kill the Flash and failed and all that, which is kind of interesting. Also in the trailer, you see him sort of locked up in a cage, very similar to how the Arrow sort of locks up Slade Wilson and that in Arrow Season 3. He even goes as far as calling him the villain, which is kind of interesting when you consider who he actually is. And from the fact he's got a beard as well, shows that he's been in there for quite a while, which is interesting. And I'm really curious to see how that plays out, because Reverse Flash, he's the classic Flash villain, you know, he's the reverse of the Flash, so go Reverse Flash. Another thing to say about the Reverse Flash is he was a member of the Legion of Doom, which has been teased in the DC Legends of Tomorrow trailer, which I'll kind of be doing a video on within the next few weeks or so. So, yeah, stay tuned for more of that. As you probably guessed as well, Reverse Flash isn't the only speedster returning. In the trailer, we saw Black Flash. Now, he was kind of teased at the end of Series 2 when Hunter Zolomon, aka Zoom, was taken by the Time Wraith, and he had this weird sort of costume change where part of it turned red. This time, however, his costume is a bit more, I don't know, awesome. It looks really demonic, and it's got this sort of Jay Garrick lightning on it, and it just looks brilliant, and I cannot wait to see it on TV, because who doesn't like the Black Flash? He's basically like an undead version of the Flash who sort of goes around the Speed Force. Yay. On the topic of speedsters, we also have the introduction of Kid Flash. Again, he was kind of teased in Series 2 when they introduced Wally West, who's the original Kid Flash. However, in the trailer, we got a look at his costume, and it's awesome. Yeah, it's quite similar to the original, and I like the way they've still got Wally West involved, and he's still working with Star Labs, even in the alternate timeline, which I'll be coming on in a little bit, so stay tuned. Another major player in Season 3 appears to be Dr. Alchemy. He was teased sort of halfway through the trailer with the words Dr. Alchemy scratched onto glass and his actual mask. In the comics, he was known as Mr. Element as well. He was one of the supervillains that fought the Flash. However, he was quite interesting. He used a Philosopher's Stone in order to fight him. If you've watched Harry Potter, you'll already know what Philosopher's Stone is, but for those of you who don't know, it's kind of a way to transmute metals and elements and all sorts, which is kind of interesting. The way to sort of imagine him is a mixture between Scarecrow and Doctor Strange, you know, magic and chemicals and awesomeness. So, yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that, as well as the fact that Tom Felton, yes, Draco Malfoy, may be playing him. In an interview, Mr. Felton did say that the audience should feel threatened by his character, which, given it's Dr. Alchemy and the mask and all the creepy stuff, could lead to him being Dr. Alchemy. I'm really hoping, because he's a great actor. Another kind of interesting twist was the reveal of Ramon Industries, obviously run by Cisco Ramon. It's kind of interesting in this because he kind of represents Harrison Wells in this. He's rich, he's smart, he helps out Speedster, which is it's an interesting dynamic because if you think of him as Vibe and the wisecracking nerd in the first 2 seasons, it's a very interesting dynamic. But it's good to see that there's still the scientific interest in the Flash, the Kid Flash, and basically everything to do with speedsters and metahumans. The fact that it's actually set in the Star Labs building as well from what we can see, is also interesting because it's kind of keeping with the continuity of the original timeline. So those are the key features that I observed watching the Flash Season 3 trailer, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a lot from it and took away some knowledge. If you didn't know any of the characters, don't worry because I'll be posting more videos about them on this channel. Remember to like and subscribe if you liked it, and feel free to leave a comment. I always like criticism, especially if it's constructive. Till then, Harry out.